George Kilpatrick, New Inspiration for the Nation. We're the show that celebrates people that we feel good about, the positive achievements of African Americans from all walks of life. We're pleased to be joined now by Derrick Murry. Now, why are we here with Derrick? Because Derrick is participating in our leadership tour. We're asking leaders throughout our community this question: what is their personal positive script that they use to stay motivated, achieve, and maintain their goals and aspirations during these times and what some say is trying times? Derrick Murry is the Chief Operating Officer of St. Joe's Family Medical PC.
Thank you, George.
So how do you answer that question? How do you answer the question, what is your personal positive script that you use to achieve and maintain your goals and aspirations during these times of what some say is trying times?
George, I often think about the question that God asked Solomon, which was, what would you like? Just a very general and open question. And for those of you who read and understand the Songs of Solomon, Solomon just asked for an understanding heart so that he could have wisdom and better understand the people that he was working with and leading.
You said to me that when you were thinking about this question, it was something that you really had to consider because in your day-to-day, you're just doing what needs to be done.
That's correct. And almost it comes second nature that in any given day, when I'm dealing with my daughters who are 10 and 6, they bring challenges to light that may seem fairly large, but when you really sit down and think about it, all they're looking for is someone to understand and listen. And professionally, as we deal with hundreds of people every day, they're looking for the same. They're looking for someone who can look at a problem with a very, very cool and calculated method and give recommendations, support, advice, and good business-making decisions.
That's part of it. To what do you attribute your success in preparation for the role that you have now? A pretty heavy-duty role.
Well, clearly, I think my mother and father were very instrumental in that. My grandmother, who is 92 years old, still gets down on her knees and prays for me. She always says, baby, I'm praying for you. And that means a lot to me, and it has for many years. We have a very strong faith in both our family now, and my upbringing was very religiously oriented, and so that really helped me understand that what I do is not just for myself or for my family, but for the greater good.
Do you look at your career as an example of what preparation and faith, and obviously working at it, can produce?
I do, and oftentimes timing and luck are really a result of preparation, study, understanding, being able to see the future and really work towards that. Getting to know individuals and understanding your role in the bigger picture also helps.
What's your job here on a day-to-day basis? What are you responsible for?
Well, operations for us include financial planning, the overall budget of the organization, the HR functions, all of the ancillary services, the laboratory, the X-ray services, the staffing of the medical staff throughout the organization. So really anything that you see, touch, feel when you come to the organization falls under my purview. Interesting
that as I described how you deal with trying times, you said you pointed to Solomon where Solomon asked God for an understanding heart. And I noticed that you didn't even deal with the idea of this being trying times. Interesting, because you're in healthcare. And I would think for healthcare, these are trying times. So how do you're laughing when I say that?
I am laughing because, as many years as I've been in healthcare, they've always been trying. There is always some level of reform. There's always some level of oversight. There's always something that you must attain that is more than was in the past.
So it's just another day for you?
Well, for the most part. I do feel that healthcare reform is new to us. There were movements in the 80s very similar to the Healthcare Reform Act. There were movements in the 90s very similar where the PPOs came into play and different funding mechanisms for healthcare. Talk of a universal healthcare system cropped up again in the 90s as well. So, a lot of this stuff has been talked about for many, many years, and really, again, through preparation, reading, studying, looking at the national scene, and really understanding healthcare from many different perspectives, helps you to keep things into perspective.
How do you see yourself as an African American in a position like this in healthcare? Are you one of many? Are you one of a few? Or you don't look at it at all?
Well, I think it's not something that I think about on a daily basis. But when I do get out of my office and go to meetings, and I run into individuals who look like myself, it's quite rewarding, and it also reminds me that we need to support our community and support our young people and make it possible for them to understand that healthcare is a very viable career. Much of the healthcare history of America it was built on the backs of African Americans through healthcare research, through all the services that were provided, from the Civil War forward. Many of the medical advancements were created by African American physicians and nurses. So, there's a rich history that we have within healthcare, and we need to own that, embrace it, and move forward.
What's your advice to people who, whether they want to be physicians or on the operational side of the business, what's your advice to them, young people coming up, as to how they might one day be COO of an operation? Well,
I'm still growing up. I often say when I grow up, this is what I want to do. I encourage people to find mentors, find people who they can speak with about what the future might hold, and help them craft their own map as they move forward. Study's important. Read, and find. I can't stress enough. Find a good mentor to talk to and help to kind of really fashion that roadmap for oneself.
And when you say study, you Masters of Public Health, et cetera. So you're walking the walk.
Every day. It's important to learn every day. And you can learn anything from anyone. Don't look at any opportunity as a wasted opportunity. I tell my daughters often that their job is to learn something every day. My job is to learn something every day. And I believe I do from the people that I work with, the patients that we take care of, my children, my family, the community.
All right, so it's right there. What did you learn today?
What did I learn today? I learned to slow down a bit and really think about what is important to me. And also, I'm a big proponent on mentoring, and here I am talking about it, and I need to walk that walk a little more fully, because I do believe that coaching and mentoring is a significant part of growing the professions, and also creating opportunities for folks.
Now you know that because you just told me that's just about. You just broadcasted that's what you're interested in. So your phone is about to ring. You ready for that?
Well, George, sure. Give me a call.
Derrick Murry is part of our tour of individuals in the community, leaders in the community, some who you know, some you may not know, answering the question what his personal positive script is that he uses to maintain and achieve his goals and aspirations during these times of what some say are trying times. And he says in healthcare, there's always trying times because there's always something that you have to learn and do. But his advice to you is obviously, as a young person in particular, find a mentor, read, study, and apply, and chart your own course. And you, too, might ascend to where he is one day in your own career. Although he says he's still growing up and learns something new every single day. And he also says that he's ready to be a mentor as well. So, in a vernacular, holla at him. George Kilpatrick, New Inspiration for the Nation. Derrick Murry, thank you.
Thank you, George.